Hello, my name is Dr. Maya Byfield. My business is The Phenomenal STEMist. I'm so excited to be here in Orange County because it's where I live. I live in Apopka, Florida. And I decided to make this business because I saw a need for underrepresented students to be successful in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, math. And the best way I can do that is just provide products for parents to prepare them, whether it's a book or online STEM camps or just video podcasting. My goal is to transform this community, especially those who are underrepresented. And the way to do that is to help parents understand their children's minds and basically develop them at different stages of their lives to be prepared for a successful STEM career. Thank you so much. That's why I'm here. Hey, 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 it's the
Mm,
phenomenal STEMist. What's going
yes,
on?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What's going on with you?
Before it closes is in the house.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
It's re-
ma'am.
it's real estate Mondays, math Mondays.
I'm here to serve, and that
Mhm.
serve is what I do. I'm here to serve, y'all. Here to serve. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Mathematics making money. That's what we call it.
Yes. No,
Triple
what you got
M.
is STEM.
Mm.
Like some Campbell's. Mm-mm.
Mm.
I love it. Yes. Yes.
My mother says good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
She spelled it wrong, so I ain't gonna put it out there. And I'm not trying to make my mother look like that. Mommy,
Just
spell the
already
good
just say
evening right, please.
you
Plus,
already you already put her out there. You mispronounced it when you said it and everything. We gonna make it famous. Good evening,
good
Mama. Good
evening.
evening.
Good
Good evening.
evening. Good evening. Good
Yes,
evening. Good evening.
ma'am.
It
Yes,
is
ma'am.
the eve of my mother's birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow.
Oh snap! My father's birthday is today. That
Wow.
is so
Shout out to the
cool.
March folk.
Yeah, man. These March babies up in here.
March babies, they're very special. March babies.
Yes. Happy
Special.
birthday, Sister Pat. Happy birthday. Oh, she getting the ball. Good evening. She corrected the
She
spelling.
got it
See what you
right.
did? You
She
done
got it
embarrassed
right.
your mama, man. Man.
Good evening. The evening in the morning. I told my mother it's her birthday. She said, It's not my birthday yet." I said, "The evening in the morning is the first day." She's like, "No, it's not my birthday."
Keep it biblical, mama. Let's keep it
Keep it
biblical.
biblical.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're ready to talk about market watchers.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Market watches. Yes.
What do
Yes.
you have before we get into what I want to talk about a little later? What do you have for me today? First quarter living. This is the last month of the first quarter. What do you have for
Mm.
me today in the context of market watchers, Brandon?
So, the market is not changing. It is going in the same direction, more or less, as it has been since the beginning of the year, with one slight change. The market rates or the market interest actually went up some.
Going up some. Mm,
Yeah, it went up in February. The Fed changed it to 7%, right? So that has helped us keep the market going in the direction that it has been going, which basically means inventory has been peaking up. The sales are doing okay too, but our available days on market is keep creeping up also. So if
Could
you
you remind
have
me available days, meaning I put the house on the market and it stays longer than it's normally.
right. So when you see a peaking up of that, that means that we're about to have a market shift. Market shift.
Mm.
I feel like we gotta have an emoji for that. I need a market shift emoji. I'm gonna work on that next time I get on the line. But we're about to have a market shift. We're shifting from a seller's market. If things continue the way they're going, we're going to be shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. And in many of these cities, we've already done that. Like in Lakeland, pretty much already a buyer's market. Uh,
Mm.
one can say the same for Haines City. Any city right now where the list price is here and the average price of homes being sold is
Oh,
right here.
down, down.
There's a
Yeah.
gap between the two, right? That's how you know that there's it's a buyer's market because homes are selling for less because buyers are not willing to pay the list prices anymore. So the
Mm.
sellers have to decrease their
They gotta
value
come
or their
down.
pricing to meet where the buyers are willing to buy at. That's where
Shout
we
out
are.
to the people. Shout out to people who sold that in the end of last year,
Come on, come
and
on.
shout out to people who are ready to buy
Mhm.
in the second
Mhm.
quarter. All
This is
right.
it. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for since last year. For all my soldiers that was just holding on to this crazy market went through. I mean, since I believe since the beginning, since the mid part of last year, since the market was changing, then that was your signal. But now that we've had something like 3 or 4 straight months of the market going in the same direction, it's where it's at. It's where
That's
it's
where
at.
it's at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Love it. Love it. All right. So this is my experience today. Now we know how the market's going. Market's
Mhm.
turning into buyer's market, y'all. Get those
Mhm.
coins together.
Mhm. Get your credit up. Get your credit
Get your
together.
credit together. Get your coins together, and
Mm.
make sure you read. Because I bought a house for the first time 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, and since it was my first time, I got a FHA loan. I only had to put 3.5% down or
Mm.
3% down on my house. It's a great deal and everything. I'm still happy about it. I
Mhm.
bought it in 2013. I put it down March, right? I put a down payment in March, and actually, I put a down payment in January, and I closed in early April.
Okay.
I got a FHA loan, so that's a first time home buyers association loan, something like that.
It's Federal Housing Administration. So basically, it's a loan product that is basically backed by the federal government. Just about any bank can underwrite an FHA, but they have to follow the federal guidelines to
Got it.
underwrite it, right?
But I thought it was first time home. Like I thought it was only the one I got was only for first time home buyers. Is that not the case?
Well, a lot of first-time home buyers invest in an FHA loan because the low down amount, the low interest rate, and because it's mortgage, it's backed by the federal government. They can keep those interest rates lower than just your regular mortgage loans that are out there. But the caveat to that is again they have these guidelines in with their mortgages,
Talking
and
about guidelines.
that's just how it is. You
Talking
have
about
to
so
follow by it.
oh for some so I can be a second time home buyer and get another FHA loan. Is that
You
how it
sure
works?
can.
Oh,
Absolutely.
for some reason I
Absolutely.
thought FHA standard for first time home buyers. I was
Well,
totally
where the A come
mistaken.
in? Where the A come in and all that?
I
First
don't
time home
know.
buyer, where the A at?
All right, so I
First,
got the FHA. The my interest rate is off the chain. I only pay
uh-huh.
3.5% interest.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful. I ain't refinancing,
No.
and I only had 3% down.
Okay.
But here's the thing: I started putting a lot on my principal because I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get out of debt in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hallelujah.
and I I got the house just in time before they made a new rule. They said after June, I think it was after June of 2013, they said if you get a FHA loan, you are going to pay the mortgage premium.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're gonna pay the mortgage premium. This is an insurance
Policy.
on the loan to protect the banks against foreclosure. It does
Mm.
not go towards your principal. It is just an insurance extra fee.
Mm.
And if you get 20 by the time if you get 20% in of in your equity, then you can remove it. I was able to remove it because I bought my house in April of 2013. But
Mhm.
everybody who bought post June a FHA loan, those mortgage insurance premiums, MIPs, people call them PMIs, but it's MIPs, they are in for the life of the loan.
Mhm. That's
It
true.
doesn't matter if you get 20% in. They're in for the life of the loan. Oh my gosh, Brandon. Do you know how a lot of people don't know that rule? They are
A lot
just
of
as
people don't
ignorant
know.
about they are just as ignorant about that rule as I was about when I called this morning. I called my bank this morning trying to get rid of my escrow because I'm trying to just pay the bank my mortgage, my principal, and then save in a 5%, in a 5% high yield savings account so I can make interest off of my own I just make my own personal escrow.
Right?
I wanted to do that. That's a wise thing to do. For those of you who have conventional loans and you have more than 20% in your house, do your own escrow. You don't need the bank to do
Mhm.
escrow for you. A lot of times they take out way more money than you need. What
Way
you
too
could
much.
do, what you could do is you could put all your escrow money in a high yield savings, save it for tax time, save it for insurance time, and collect the interest on that high amount of money that you're paying. As you got to be real disciplined though. I'm disciplined, so I could do
Mm.
that. But my bank told me I'm not allowed to do that because I have an FHA loan. I said I didn't know. I didn't read my contract. Shame,
Mm.
I didn't read that rule.
Mm.
So today I want to talk about the pros and cons of borrowing money and like the different types of loans there are. Like there are all kinds of loans that you would need to take out to borrow money for real estate. And I guess the number one thing I want to say is know the loan inside and outside that you're taking. Don't just
Agreed.
sign a paper. That's what I did 10 years ago. I still think it's worth it because 3.5% interest, 3% down, my equity exploded. It was the best decision I ever made. So
Mm.
I'm not mad about the decision, but I did not know my loan.
Mm.
I did not know my loan. So what are the different types of loans? And what are the pros and cons?
You know what? I feel like just the way you put it, I did not know my loan. It feels like some sort of a dating game show, right? Like, do you know your loan? Let's
Yeah.
find out. No, I think what you're saying is 100% valid. I'm going to get my mortgage person on the line here. Her name is Sonia. Cool guys. She has been doing mortgages for about as long as I've been doing real estate. She
Wow.
closed a lot of my earlier loans when I was coming up as a realtor, a little young pup, wet behind the ears back in Miami. But she knows a lot about mortgages. So I just clicked her in. I said, please click. So she should be joining us here in a minute. But
Awesome.
by and large, I'm gonna let her handle the types of mortgages, but let's address your situation as it stands. Here's the thing about mortgages, folks. They write the rules.
They write the rules, y'all.
They write the rules. They're loaning you the money, so you got to play by their rules. I mean, let's break down the FHA loan for a second. Where else are you gonna find where they only give you 3.5%? There goes Sonia right there.
Hey,
What's up,
Sonia.
Stone?
Sonia, can you turn your phone this way? Let's see if it automatically shifts.
If it's an Apple phone, it won't do it because Apple's no good.
Didn't
See,
shift.
see
All
that?
right,
See that?
good.
Because it's an
I'm
Apple
so
phone. I
sorry.
see. I should have told her to go Android. I should have told her. Anyway, we ain't gonna
No,
talk
no,
about
I'm an Apple girl. It works just fine. Hey,
that.
Sonia, how are
Next time
you?
I'll get it on my computer. Good, how are
It's
you?
all
Good
good.
evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon. Say what you're saying.
Okay, so and Sonia, you're the expert here, so back me up. Where else are you going to be able to get a loan where they give you where all you have to do is put down 3.5%? I think the on a regular FHA they finance you up to what, 400 or $500,000, Sonia. That's like
Actually,
the
at this point, we're at 621,000 in South Miami. So I have to
hallelujah.
check what it is in your neck of the woods, but here in Miami-Dade and Broward, we're at 621,000. So
Hallelujah. Okay. So let's picture this. You have a bank that'll loan you that amount of money. All you got to put down is 3%, 3.5% of that. Let's just
No, hold
round
on.
it down to
Let's do the
three.
math. Let's do the
Yeah,
math.
let's do the M. First M. First M. First M, right?
The
Three
math. The
percent
math.
of 600,000. Just a nice round number. That's 18,000, right? Is my math
Right.
right?
Let's
I
see.
carried the one in my
Three
mind.
three times 621,000
oh man,
divided by 100
Hmm.
equals $18,630.
Come on, come
That's all you got to
on.
put down for a $600,000 house.
Come on,
that's a down
guys.
payment, correct?
I mean, really. I mean, so in many cases, people are so happy to get that kind of LTV to get that in there. I mean, they're just signing. But here's the thing: just because it's a great deal, and it is, you should also get to know the ins and outs of what you're getting into as far as the loan is concerned.
Got to know
Get a
your loan.
professional like Sonia that can tell you exactly how the loan works and exactly how things go so that you can make a switch out. If you're not okay with having PMI for the life of your loan, maybe a conventional is the loan product for you, right?
Can
So
I chime in?
Sure,
please,
chime in.
please save me, Sonia, save
All
me.
right, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Just really quick to the history of Sonia. Um,
Mhm.
I work with Sergio Aliaga, Union Mortgage Investment Group in Coral Gables. The company just celebrated our 23rd anniversary, so we've been through the good, the bad, and
Woo-hoo.
ugly. I've been with the company for almost 12 years now, and I've known Brandon for what, 10 years.
It's been a
So
while since
we go
Showcase
a little bit back.
2016-ish,
So,
2015 around there, right?
so
2015,
Long time.
2016.
he can tell you what kind of service we provide. But yeah, actually today I had a call with a client, and she just turned 24. She's a nurse, and she's
Mm.
like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Please save me. So
Mhm.
I went through how it is that we work, how it is that we put our loans together. And really, my responsibility is to make sure that once I give somebody an approval, it's a go. And my yes is a yes. And if it's a no, I'll tell you why and how we have to work on getting you where you want to be.
Yeah.
So, the FHA product is an amazing product for first-time home buyers. Yes, I completely agree. But when we work on approvals, we also give a side-by-side comparison, FHA conventional. As
See, I
long as
didn't. They
somebody,
didn't do that with me. They didn't do that with me. They just automatically. And
Mhm.
I had good money. Anyway, go ahead,
the
Mhm.
Sonia.
The educational process is super important. That's the most important thing on this whole pre-approval process. Like, yes, I have the documentation. Yes, I have the numbers for you, but you need to know where you're walking into. You want to work with buyers that are confident walking into placing offers on the property they love instead of looking at you like, I'm not sure,
Right.
right? So
Mhm.
Right.
having that one-on-one, and it's either are the clients coming to our office or we set up a Zoom call, but we review all their qualification. We go through their credit, their income, assets, their approval. We compare FHA to conventional, and that's where the conversation really goes deep into, okay, what is it that works best for you? And they make the
Mm.
choice. And in some cases, they don't even make the choice until they're already under contract and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna choose this, or you know what, I'm gonna choose
Mm,
that. And it all depends on how much somebody wants to pay a month, how much money they want to put into the transaction, private mortgage insurance, how do you feel
Mhm.
about that? So all these pieces of information are vital. Not everybody buys a house every 5 years. Statistically, I know that's what it is, right? But you want to know what your options are.
yeah.
You
Agreed.
just
Yeah. Yeah. I just found out today that I can't get rid of my escrow. Just found out today, and I didn't know that after putting a certain amount of money in, you because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just pay my mortgage and put my escrow in and make my own escrow and make interest off my own escrow. And they were like, no, you have an FHA loan. You're not allowed to do that. I said, what? I don't know I don't. But that's all. That's my
Yes,
bad.
ma'am.
That's my
So,
bad. And I.
yeah.
That's so like. So
The,
what are the different types of loans? And can you just give a short synopsis of disadvantages and advantages of them?
Okay, cool. So there is three different, let's say, giant boxes of loans. The first one, let's call it box A. That's the FHA conventional VA government loans. They have strict guidelines. Everybody gets the same answer. Everybody has to follow the same drumbeat. So those are the perfect loans with the low down payment or no down payment in VA's case. And it's an amazing product for first-time home buyers who are ready and willing, right? Then you have the second box of loans, and those are the non-qualified mortgages. So basically, those are for clients as such as bank statement loans, and that's when self-employed individuals don't declare a lot of income in their taxes. So instead of calculating their income out of their tax returns, we're actually taking 12 months of their bank statements and we're
Gotcha.
adding up the deposits and averaging them out. So you have bank statement loan, you have debt to service coverage loan, you have 1099 only, you have profit and loss only. All these loans that the clients don't have their financial ducks in a row, and especially when it comes to declaring income,
Income. Yeah.
and they have a lot of money and they have good credit. So there's options out there.
Mm.
And those clients, I had one client and she was like, yes, I want to do a bank statement loan because I don't want to pay Uncle Sam. So she was ready.
She
She
was
was
like,
already ready
She's
for what
blunt
she
with it,
wanted to
man. She's
do.
not trying to hide at all. Wow.
she was
No.
Okay.
like, do my bank statement loan because listen, I write off everything, so it looks like I make nothing on my tax return, but I make some stuff. Trust me on that one.
No,
Uh-huh.
no, no. I know how it works. Everybody's
Uh-huh.
got their wants and needs. So
Yeah.
we're here to accommodate. We're basically, it's a white glove treatment, and everybody gets personalized answers.
Gotcha.
So back to the different types of loans. The last one would be basically private money. And this is for clients that have a lot of money to buy and the credit is not good and their income is not there. So it's really, you were just going with a lot of money, a lot of equity into the property. So there's a lot of skin in the game and the investors are confident that the client is not going to walk away from the property and not pay the mortgage,
Give us a taste
right?
of that. Give us a taste of that, Sonia. What kind of down amount are we talking about in these cases?
35% at minimum.
35%.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, but
wow.
then you're looking, it's something like that. It's 35% down payment. The interest rate is between 11 and 13%, depending on what animal it is, what kind of,
I was
property
looking
it
for the
is.
face. I was looking for the face, Maya. I was looking for the face.
You know my face is like, oh
Yeah, but again, it works for some people. I'm telling
yeah.
you, it's I always tell the realtors that we work with, it's like, don't be scared to ask what people have, what they don't have, what you think that's your shortcoming. There's a lot of clients out there, they have no idea what the options are. Everybody thinks that you will have to walk in a Fannie Mae FHA box, and you
Yeah.
really don't,
And you
you
don't.
know? So
You don't.
if there's a will and there's a way, we will make it happen. And again, sometimes we have clients and you give them the option for the bank statement loan and they're like, no, I'm just gonna wait and I'm going to file tax returns for 2023 or 2024, and I'll get there in my own pace because I don't want to spend that much money or I don't want to have that high of an interest rate. So again, it's communication and teaching people how to get to where they need to be in order for them to achieve what they want.
It was funny. The year before I bought my home, my identity was stolen, and so I didn't have my tax return.
Wow.
And nobody told me about. I wanted to get this. There was a short sale for 80,000, and it was a friend of mine ready to sell it to me, and I couldn't do anything because I didn't have my tax return. Nobody told me about the bank statement loan.
Hmm.
That's a shame. I'm sorry. I am here to spread the word.
I'm glad you're here, Sonia. I'm glad you're here. So I heard that even conventional loans you can have low down payments. Is that true?
Yes.
Didn't know
There
that either.
you can go as low as 3%. but then the mortgage insurance is higher, and interest
Yeah,
rate
yeah.
is lower. So really it starts like 5% down payment. That would be like the lowest in order for you to be happiest. Like if you wanted to compare FHA and conventional, I would definitely put 5% down to have a clearer idea as to what I'm looking at, and that you can really compare.
For conventional.
Yeah, 5% down.
And the conventional loan, you can get rid of the premium, the mortgage insurance anytime
Correct.
once you have the 20% in, right?
So the rule is that you have to pay the mortgage insurance for 2 years, and if after 2 years your property has 25% equity, you can request for the mortgage insurance to be removed from the servicer, whoever you're paying your mortgage to. And what they're going to do is ask you to pay either for an appraisal or a BPO, and based on the information they receive back, they're going to make a decision whether they're going to remove the mortgage insurance, or they'll tell you how much longer it would have to stay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. When I before the FHA changed the rules about premium, so now no, it's for the life of the loan. But I bought my
Yeah.
house in April of 2013, right before they changed that law,
Mm.
and it took me, and they said I had to wait 5 years before I could request. And I did that, and I was able to remove mine because I bought it before they changed the law. But
Wow.
everybody after me, it's the life of the loan, baby. Like nobody know. I don't think people. I think it is very important to educate people on the loans that they're taking.
Mhm.
It is. It is. It's like you don't want to have a buyer's remorse on something as big as a mortgage.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I
Hard to get out of
circle.
those.
So I circle back to our company's, methodology and everything that we do, and having a meeting with the client once we go through the approval is it's a must.
Yeah. What's the name of your company?
Union Mortgage Investment Group. We are in Coral
Union.
Gables,
Mhm. It's
down
a little
here,
far from from Orlando, but you guys handle mortgages all over the state of Florida, right?
the whole state of Florida. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Union Mortgage Investment Group.
And if you go online, you'll see all our beautiful reviews. We
Mhm.
we treasure those because and nowadays that's how people shop for a lot of things. They look at everybody else's experience. And when it comes to especially something like mortgages, would you work with somebody who's got 1.5 stars or somebody that has 5 stars?
Hey,
Five.
hey, I won't even eat at a place less than 4 stars. I'm
Yeah,
not
for
going to
real.
that restaurant. I'm going to the 5 and up or the four and
Yeah.
a half and up. But we got some good questions here.
Yeah, yeah, I see some questions, so I'm
Uh,
gonna pull it up. So first of all, the first question was, this is coming from Roslyn. What do you think about USDA loans? What is a USDA loan, and what do you think about it?
So we unfortunately don't get to do a lot of those because we're all built out here and we don't really have space or
Farm.
acreages or so I can find out information and I'll gladly share it with you, but from the top of my head, unfortunately, we don't get to do those down in South Florida.
So
mm,
USDA loan is for farming land or something. It
It's not
is
for farming, it's just for rural properties.
rural properties. Got you.
Yeah.
So a USDA loan is buying a rural property. And
mm.
Yes.
I'm assuming so that
Um,
you
I
could
know
use it for
the nuggets are that you cannot make more than a certain amount of money. It's 100% financing. Yeah, there's criterias, like just like everything else, it's got its guidelines that have to be met in order for you to be able to take advantage of USDA.
yeah, yeah. And what is BPO? I don't BPO.
Oh, BPO is a broker price opinion. So back in the day, during the short sale era,
Mm.
that verbiage was very popular. BPO, that's what the banks were looking for when they were trying to put a valuation on a property. So
Mhm.
it's still being used today in something like removing a mortgage insurance. So they'll call up whoever the servicer is, they'll call up a broker of a company, of a real estate company, and they'll ask for a broker's price opinion report, which the broker will prepare for a fee. And
Right.
it will give us an idea of what
Wow.
the property's worth.
So now you gotta pay a fee to find out what the property is worth to see if you got your
Yes.
25% in. Back when I got rid of my mortgage insurance, I didn't have to do that. I just called them and said I want to get rid of it, and they said okay.
Now listen,
Now
if
it's
you
a fee.
so there's another way to get rid of it. Like if you don't want to pay and you don't want to deal with all this, having to reach out and find out and pay, you can wait 5 years, and after 20% equity, it automatically comes off. So it's
Oh,
up
that's
to
what I
you.
did. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
what I did for this is before. This is for people who can do that. If you have a FHA loan, you can't do that anymore.
not anymore now.
Nope. You're
But
stuck with
conventional,
it.
you can.
The only
Yeah.
Yeah.
way it would be refinance out of the FHA into a conventional.
Right, she went to refinance out. So
Mhm.
last question for me is what are the pros of a FHA versus conventional and what are the cons of a FHA versus conventional? And then that's pretty much all I got.
Okay, got it. So FHA, low down payment.
Hmm.
Low down payment. The mortgage insurance is the same for everybody across the board. So on a conventional side, if your credit score is not the best, well, the mortgage insurance on a conventional gets rated on your credit score performance. So in some
Mm.
cases, if somebody has a low credit score, the mortgage insurance is going to be favorable on the FHA versus the conventional, right? And then it's again, it's therefore the life of the loan on a FHA. You can get it removed on a conventional. So it's really, I'm telling you, seeing that information side by side,
Matters.
it's huge because then you can really see the big picture and being able to determine which one is more beneficial for you.
Mm.
Yeah. You ultimately want to spend less over time, guys. It's I say this with the buying cars as well. People are like, your monthly payment will be only this. I don't care about my monthly payment. I don't want to spend more than $15,000 on this car. Period. I'm just picking a low number. Obviously not 15,000, but right. So
Yeah.
if I have to pay $600 a month for 4 years to only pay 15, then that's what I'll do. But many times what happens, they give they'll get these things, and then the mortgage insurance is this and this is that and this is that for the life of the loan, and I end up paying $500,000 for a $250,000 house when I probably had the extra money to get the conventional loan,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
So you got to
Hey,
look at
there's
the big picture, not just the monthly.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's millions of scenarios that I can put together, but only one will work for people. So that's what I'm telling you. Education is huge. It's the best thing.
Education is
Mm.
huge.
It,
Mm.
Educate yourself, you guys. Know your loan.
Mhm.
ask
Mhm.
questions. There's no blunt question. Ask questions. You want to know. This is the biggest purchase that you will make in your life. So
Okay, I have another question. What are the top 5 questions that somebody should ask when dealing with buying a property and getting a loan?
Oh, that's a good question.
Top 5 questions.
top 5 questions. Well, number one, how much do I qualify for once I have all the documentation? Number two, homestead exemption.
Mm.
A lot of people like it's like we sit there and we tell them, and then the realtor tells them, and the title company tells them, and come the time to do the application, they're like, what? So, homestead exemption, take advantage of it. How much money do I need? What kind of accounts can I use for money? Some clients don't think that they can use their 401k. Yes, you can. And you don't have to repay it. You can take it out and use it for as a first-time home buyer. Can you have additional people on your loan? You don't qualify by yourself. Can I put my mom on there? Like, how do I increase my purchase power?
Mm.
How can I increase my credit score? On credit, we have the ability to pop into somebody's credit report and manage the liabilities to see what needs to be paid off or paid down in order for the credit scores to react.
Mm.
So you have somebody that got maxed up credit cards. I can tell you right away what they need to do in order for them to get their credit score up. A lot of times
Ask
it's
the bank to increase the money.
yeah. It's like you want a nice interest rate, you can do it, but you have to get some work done first.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of self-employed clients that want to know, okay, so if I file tax returns for next year, how much are my qualification going to be? How is that going to change? I mean, there is a million questions to ask, guys.
There's lots of questions, but you gave me good five. You gave me good ones. How do I increase my personal? How? Okay.
I
It's
had a
like,
quick question though. So, and this is regarding homestead exemption. I didn't know that was a top five question. That's crazy to me. How does can you unpack that a little bit on how knowing what your homestead exemption amount is, how that'll impact your mortgage overall?
yeah, so at the application and once we're going through the loan process, the tax amount that we're using is what's in the property in the county at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that the property is going to be reassessed in November.
Right.
So we have two different examples, okay? Actually, again, hundreds of examples, but the two that stand out the most. Somebody's buying a property from someone who's lived in there for 20 years and their taxes are $30 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both know that those $30, seriously, those $30 are
It's
not
not
going to be your
transferable.
taxes for
Sonia, it's
much
not
longer.
transferable. It's not transferable, Son.
Don't we wish? Don't we wish it was? No, it's
Don't we
not.
wish? Don't we
So
wish?
we already get with client let them know it's like, listen, start paying towards your escrow because if not, those taxes are gonna go. And at the same time, apply for a homestead exemption to lessen the blow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you have the other spectrum where you're buying a house from an investor and they don't have any homestead exemptions on those taxes. So those taxes are super high because investment property is always taxed to the smithereens.
Higher rate. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so hang in there because for the next few months you'll be paying those taxes, but then your property is going to be reassessed. Apply for the homestead exemption and you're not gonna get knocked all over the place. You may even go down.
Even
Mm-hmm.
for an investment property,
No, investment property, no,
you can't.
this is
You can't.
strictly primary residence fee.
Primary residence. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
because
Okay.
you can't have a homestead exemption on investments.
An investment
Yeah.
property. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that'll change the game. I'll tell you what. I'll do all that immediately. I'll file that tonight, guys.
No, and
Yeah,
and it,
my mom, shout out to people who have parents who own homes, the
Mm-hmm.
people who are first time home buyers and then their parents they didn't I knew about the homestead exemption because my mother told me about it.
Mm.
Cuz she
uh,
got it. Yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
the benefit of having people in your family that own homes. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs to share this YouTube to as much people as possible because man, we all learn something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
huge. This business is very easy and yet very difficult at the same time. There is a lot of fine print that we have to read through and study and make sure that everybody is understanding what they're walking into. So we're the decipherers of all the guidelines.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did not read my fine print. I thought this is the best type of loan I could have. Jump at it. And that's
Yeah.
what people first time, they just say, "Oh, I just got qualified for it. I'm just grateful to have it. I'm just going to get it." I didn't get any education, and that's not I'm lucky though. I mean, it's still I still as I said before, I waited the 5 years, got rid of my insurance. It's messing me up with the escrow though. That's what it is. But I plan to get rid of my loan, God willing, in 4 years from now. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
All
be.
right. All
there.
right.
I'm on
There.
All right.
I'm a mission to get rid of be debt free totally.
All
Thank
right.
you, Sonia or Sonia.
Whatever rolls your tongue, it's the same thing.
Okay, thank you
It's
so
sewn.
much,
Sewn for me. Sewn.
Sonia.
So much for
Yeah,
coming. Yes, I mean, for any questions, please call us. We're at 305-598-9896, and we're here to assist you with all your questions.
let me edit that. What's the number again? Hold on.
05
305
598
598
9896.
9896. All
Mhm.
right. Listen, Union
Mhm.
Mortgage Insurance Investment Group. This is coming from Coral Gables, but they work with all people in Florida to get the loan. Listen, I don't have a problem with loans from time to time. We were having a discussion about debt because what's his name? Dave Ramsey was talking about, oh, if somebody offered me $1 billion at 0%, I wouldn't take it. I said, you wouldn't.
Oh, stop it! Stop
Get
it!
out of here.
Not-
That's what
get-
he said.
Stop it! Come on, Dave. Come on,
He's a false
Dave. Come
prophet.
on, Dave.
I would take
You
that
taking this
billion.
no debt thing way, way too left. You
Way
going
too
too
left.
far with that. You going too far with that thing.
That's
Um, I mean, look. Here's the thing about it. People always have a thing about their mortgage. Like there are a lot of clients that I've worked with in the past few years at the closing table. They couldn't be happier. They want to sign. They're just signing stuff. They big old
That was
smile.
me.
Just
That was me.
let's get this
Not
done.
even looking at, oh, you can't
Not
get rid of your escrow, Maya, but I don't care. I'm
not
signing.
even. And then 2 or 3 years down the road, they understand things about their mortgage, and then you get that phone call, right? And then it's a, well, how come you didn't tell us about this? How come this wasn't here? And the thing is, we did tell you about it, but you wanted to get through the closing as quickly as possible because you were happy about getting a home.
Yeah.
yeah.
And here's the truth about it:
Yeah.
if you got yourself into a loan situation where you had to put little or no down, there's some 100% financing products out there. Sonia, you know about those. VA is one of the more popular ones. But if you're able to get in with almost little to no money down, and your interest rate is at a low amount like what you got, Maya, and you're able to get into the mortgage, and your credit was marginal at best, but they're able to get you in. Thank the good Lord that you got yourself a property. You got it. You got your homeowner. Now what you do here is now you manage the mortgage. You
Manage it.
refi out, you get yourself some better loan terms if that's what you wish to do, but it's not a death sentence. Like
It's
you
not.
No,
can refi
not
out
at all.
of your mortgage and get some other terms that will work better for you down the road.
Yeah, of course, all day long. You know, all the clients who are purchasing now with 7%, 8% interest rate,
Oh
um,
man.
you know that I will be calling them once the rates are dropping so we can refinance them out. Yeah.
Oh man. Good
Yeah,
luck,
and we
man.
have that conversation with my friends. And you know what? Actually, right now we're seeing an influx of clients here in South Florida are
An
looking for
influx of what,
properties
Sean?
and they want to buy
You went in and out a little bit. Say that one more time. You're seeing an influx of what?
of clients that are looking for properties to buy right now because they're already starting to sense that the rates are going to start coming down and there's going to be another wave of people overbidding for properties left and right. So they're
Mm,
taking advantage before that rush comes and they're getting ahead of the game, already knowing that they'll have to refinance. And they're like, I understand that, but at least I'm not going to have to overpay $50,000 for a property because there's 10 of us that want the same house.
right,
So that's nice. We're really enjoying that right now.
right, right,
All
right,
right.
right, 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 right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yep. Buyer's market. I was telling you, Doc. Trying to
Yeah.
tell you, man.
Market watchers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, guys, this has been very, very informative. My mother says her house is 20 years old. If I need to change my roof, what's the deal? Relax, mommy. Just relax. You'll be all
I would
right.
tell your mom, wait till the next storm and get you a good property insurance adjuster.
Ah,
They'll take good care of you. I have a hookup, mama. I have a hookup. See me after the show.
okay, mom. Wait for the next storm. Wait for the wait for
Of course. We don't want storms here. You guys
yeah,
get
yeah,
that
no,
right.
no. Because then my insurance will go off the crazy. It's been crazy. Oh
Oh,
my
that's
lord.
a whole nother show, guys. That's a whole
That's
nother
another
show.
topic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Before it closes at gmail.com 305 It has
Right.
been a great, great night. I learned a lot about the market, how we're heading into a buyer's one prop most likely, and the different types of loan and how we must be educated. The foundation
Mhm.
is educate yourself, guys.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
Mhm.
am the phenomenal STEMist, and so are these two great real estate and mortgage brokers. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you,
All right.
Son.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
All right.